So we're going to evaluate expressions for this section here. And that means that we are given these variables, but they assign certain values to these variables for each expression that we want to simplify. So let's get started on this. And I highlighted the ones that I would like to attempt with you. So looking at problem 1, we were given that n is 5, and we want to evaluate negative n. So sometimes it's nice just to put the value that we are plugging in parentheses. Sometimes it looks busy, but oftentimes it helps. So if I just see negative and then I've got my 5, I know that results in negative 5. Now here we've already got the parentheses, so we just plug it in like so. And we remember that a negative times a negative is a positive, making this one 5. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that one. Oh well, too late. So let's look here. And let's just be mindful of everything that we're putting in. I think I'm in a good place. All right, and then we notice that a negative times a negative is a positive, which leaves us with negative, and then everything that's in here is positive 5. So we've got negative 5 here. All right, while we won't do all of these, I'm putting up the key that shows you how to do the remaining problems. So let's look at 2. 2 introduces absolute value. And remember, absolute value by definition is how far that number is away from the origin on our number line. So now I'm asked to plug in 12 for y. So it looks like this. So now I've got the absolute value of negative 12. How far away is negative 12 from the origin? It's 12 units away. And so for my highlighted problem 2, that would be 12. Now in 3, we've got some multivariable action going on, and we want to clean up or evaluate b squared minus a squared, and we're given the values of a and b. So here is where, just to be mindful, I would use the parentheses. I've got 6 squared minus 3 squared. So PEMDAS, I'm going to do 36, and then I've got another power. So that's an exponent of 2, so that's 9. And then I take that difference of 36 minus 9, which leaves us with 27. Now, note the difference between these two. So this is now telling me to group b6 minus a, so the difference of b and a, and then square that difference. So now I'm working inside PEMDAS, so I'm doing the parentheses, 6 minus 3 is 3 squared, so this results in 9. All right, good times. Now we're on to 5, and 5 asks us to evaluate the expressions with a's and c's, and a is 3, c is negative 1. Here we go. We've got 3 quantity squared plus another 3 for my a, minus 2 divided by c, which is negative 1, parentheses are super useful here, squared. Let's PEMDAS this out. So parentheses, I don't really have any. Let's move to the exponents. So I've got 3 squared, that's 9, bring everything, minus 2 divided by, oh, look at that, I've got another exponent here, so negative 1 squared. Remember, people, negative 1 squared is negative 1 times itself, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So that takes us to this step right here. Now I'm looking for m or d, and I've got a d. I've got negative 2 divided by 1, so that's 9 plus 3 minus 2 divided by 1 is 2. And now I'm on the a and the s, so I go left to right. That's 12 minus 2. That leaves us with 10. All right, and now let's look at these last couple here. We're asked to evaluate, so let's plug in. So a is 2, so that's the absolute value of 2 minus 4 plus the cube root of 2 times 4. So let's do our groupings first. So 2 minus 4 is negative 2, absolute value. And then there's grouping within my radical as well. So that gives me 8. So we're here. If we're unsure of what the cube root of 8 is, remember you can use Desmos for that. But let's work this out. So -2, absolute valued. How far away is -2 from the origin? It's 2 units away. And remember, the cube root means what number, if I cube it, gives me 8. And 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. That's 8. So that's 2. And that leaves us with 4. Now let's look at the last one. So we're grouping here, or not grouping, we're plugging in the -3 for x, parentheses, and -5 for y. So let's go to PEMDAS, that's the exponents. So we've got 4 times -3 squared is -3 times -3. That's 9. So now I have 4 times 9 minus 2 times, I'm on the exponent, -5 times -5. A negative times a negative is a positive. So that's 25. Here we go. Now I'm on the M in PEMDAS. So I'm going to multiply, that's 36, left to right, minus, and then I may as well do this one as well. 2 times 25, looks like it's 50. And now I'm taking the difference of 36 and 50, and I think that's -14. We've got Desmos to help us if we were in a pickle with that one.